Hello, friends. So, welcome all of you uh, for this weekly session today. So, last time we have discussed a very important topic in our weekly session, if you remember. So, the topic we discussed was about the secret password to understand the mysteries of Bhagavad Gita. So, हमने लास्ट टाइम देखा था कि कैसे अगर हमको भगवद गीता को समझना है तो उसके लिए बेसिकली हमको एक पासवर्ड चाहिए. And what is that password? That password is basically we need to we need to have love, we need to have devotion, and we need to have submissiveness for God. So if we have this thing in our life, then we will be able to understand Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, many people have Bhagavad Gita, but they're not able to understand Bhagavad Gita because it is a hidden knowledge. Only those people who have love and devotion for Krishna and who are submissive to understand the knowledge given by Krishna, they can understand the mysteries of Bhagavad Gita. Last time we have seen some stories also, the story of the South Indian Brahmana, that how he was not knowing the Sanskrit, but he was trying to learn from Bhagavad Gita. And we discussed last time that how Bhagavad Gita is not a mythology, and how Bhagavad Gita has found relevance in all walks of life. So we have seen your video of Narendra Modi also speaking about the appreciation for Bhagavad Gita. So now we are moving to the second topic of our positive thinker series, and the topic is today now we will try to explore more about the topic. Today is uh, practical Vedic wisdom for practical Vedic solutions to the problems of the modern man. So basically today what the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita can help us in our life. Last time we discussed about what is the way to get into the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Today we'll try to learn that how the Bhagavad Gita's knowledge can help us in our life. So, like I was asking some students earlier, so many of them are telling that how the spiritual things can help us to have better concentration of mind. They can help us to become more focused. They can help us to remain away from the bad habits and to cultivate good habits. Likewise, many people were telling different reasons how the spiritual knowledge can help us. But you see, friends, today we are going to learn that what is the best gift we can get from the spiritual path. What is the best, what is the best worthy gift which Bhagavad Gita can give us. So that we are going to learn today that what Bhagavad Gita can offer to us. What is the most precious gift which Bhagavad Gita can offer to us. So that is our session today, and I will just share my screen with all of you. It's a very crucial topic because that is the basis for all of our spiritual practices. Okay, so let us begin this. The topic is practical Vedic solutions to the problems of life. So we are going to discuss this theme. Okay, now let us go ahead. So you see, friends, there are these different things which we are going to discuss today. Some of these things we'll discuss today. You see, अगर किसी से पूछा जाए इस वर्ल्ड में देखो इतने सारे लोग हैं जो अलग अलग वेराइटीज ऑफ एक्टिविटीज करते हैं. Some people are becoming engineers, some people are becoming doctors, some people are opening some different businesses, and likewise we find that different people in this world, they are busy in different occupations. So if we ask all of you, let us say, अगर हमसे पूछा जाए कि आखिर what is that ultimately, what is that one thing which everyone wants to have in their life, for which people are doing different activities. So then what will be the answer? What is that one thing? ऐसा क्या चीज है जिसके लिए हम सारी चीजें करते रहते हैं हमारी लाइफ में? Like all of you have also studied your schooling you have done. Now you have come to an engineering college, and eventually you want to get a job, you want to get married, you want to get money. Ultimately, for what purpose? What is that one single driving force behind everything what different people are doing? So the answer is the happiness. Why we are all doing different activities? Because ultimately we are all looking for happiness in our life. So that is called as the search for happiness. The reason there are so many varieties of fashions, there are so many varieties of movies, there are so many varieties of occupations. The only single reason is because we want to become happy, and that's why we are trying these different things to become happy. So the goal is happiness. Ultimately, we want to be happy. Okay. So let us see in what all things people try to find happiness in this world. So people find happiness in sports. There are so many varieties of sports: cricket, football, tennis, basketball, athletics. Why? Because people also find some happiness in sports. Then people try to have some happiness through some intoxications, like smoking, drinking, drugs, etc. Also, people try to have discotheque. They try to go for bars. They try to have discotheques because that also gives some sense of happiness. Also, there are some people who try to have some, Herculean tasks. थोड़े हट के कुछ लोग कई चीजें ट्राई करते हैं हैप्पी होने के लिए बेसिकली थोड़े डेंजरस स्टेप्स भी फॉलो करते हैं. So likewise, similarly, many people they try different fashions. Varieties of fashion we will find. Why? Because ultimately that is what something which makes people happy, feel happy. Okay. So likewise, we will find friends that we are trying to become happy in different ways. And you will find primarily, अगर आप ये सारी activities को अगर club करोगे, so primarily basically you'll find that all of us are trying to become happy in these 4 different ways. So first thing is eating. We try to get some happiness through eating. That's why there are so many varieties of restaurants. There are so many varieties of dishes. There are so many varieties of restaurants. Telling, advertising, Mexican, Chinese, Japanese, etc., etc. Why? Because eating gives us some pleasure. It gives us some happiness. Okay. Then people are also looking for happiness through sleeping. Right. As soon as you lie down, you feel great happiness. Third thing which people try to find happiness is in mating, trying to have some affairs, the man and the woman affairs. That is called as the mating or sex life. And the fourth thing is people try to become happy by defending themselves. For example, like different countries are trying to have their nuclear arsenal. They're trying to raise their nuclear arsenal. They're trying to come out with better and better technologies of mass destruction, like the guns and the bullets and the missiles, etc. Because that also gives them sense of happiness. When we are trying to protect ourselves, then that also gives us happiness. So हम देखेंगे मेनली कि इस वर्ल्ड में लोग हैप्पी होने के लिए बेसिकली 4 चीजें करते हैं. आप देखोगे either they try to have eating, they try to become happy by sleeping, they try to have some mating, or they try to defend themselves, protect themselves. And that is how people try to become happy. Okay. So now let us see at the animals. How do they try to become happy? You will find. You see, is there any difference between the animals and the human beings? You see, animals also you'll find they also have their friends. They also live in their families, and they also have their friends. They also try to have some fun. Like here, we will find these sharks are, they are, jumping in the water, and like that, they are becoming very happy. I have some video also to show to you. Also, they have family life. Animals also do have their family life. Okay, so they also try to become happy, in their families. They also try to exchange some emotions. Okay, so I will just show you one video of uh, of how animals also have their family life. So here is a video. It's from an African jungle. It came in the National Geographic. How animals also have a very close families.
A group of lions ambush an elderly buffalo that has moved away from the herd. It looks like death will be the inevitable result. But a miraculous event takes place.
बफेलो थी, वो क्या हो गया कि अपने एक भैंस थी, वो अपने झुंड से थोड़ी अलग हो गई और उसको लॉयंस ने अटैक कर दिया एक्चुअली. तो अभी हम देख रहे हैं कि तो जो पूरा ग्रुप है अभी उसका अटेंशन गया उस बफेलो पे. तो देखते हैं अभी क्या.
The elderly buffalo's cries for help reach the distant herd. They at once head for the scene. Then courageous buffaloes approach the lions in a threatening manner in order to rescue their companion. And the lions flee. buffalo gather around the injured animal and try to raise it to its feet. Minutes pass.
बफेलोज ने क्या किया, वो जो लायंस थे उनको उन्होंने चेज अवे कर दिया.
Things look hopeless for the exhausted buffalo. The lions are still waiting in ambush. Believing it to have died, the last few remaining buffalo begin to move away. And yet, another miraculous event takes place. The injured buffalo cries out one more time, as if asking them not to leave it. The herd immediately come back. The buffaloes once more see off the approaching lions. With a final effort, the elderly buffalo rises to its feet, and mingling with its rescuers, is lost from sight.
This is how we find at how, like here you find जो buffalo थी उसको बचाने के लिए उसकी पूरी family आ गई, पूरा जो झुंड था, you know. So the point is that you'll find कि animals जो होते हैं, they also have their family life. They also try to have eating, sleeping, mating, defending, and that is how what activities we all are also doing to become happy. Animals are also doing those same activities, you know. So they also find their happiness in eating, in sleeping, in mating, and in defending themselves. Okay. So then the question is that okay, so what is the difference between the animals and the humans then? अगर हम लोग भी अपनी happiness इन चार चीजों में derive करते हैं और animals भी अगर इन चार चीजों में अपनी happiness derive करते हैं तो फिर हम में और animals में difference क्या हो गया? You know, what is the difference? You see here is an here is an exercise, you know. So यहाँ पे कुछ species दे रखी है and we have to tell it what is the speciality of each of them. For example, like eagle. So what is the speciality of eagle? Eagle can, you know, eagle can find out its prey from a very far off distance. बहुत दूर से वो अपने prey को देख पाती है. If you see horse, horse is able to run very very fast. If you see about the dog, dog is a very loyal person. You know, he's very loyal to the master. If you see the elephant, elephant is having great power, great strength, and elephant is also able to eat a lot. It eats in tons of grasses every time. Similarly, we find about the bear, the polar bears. They are famous for the hibernation. They're able to sleep a lot. Similarly, we find about cuckoo. The cuckoo is able to sing so wonderfully. So likewise, different animals have different specialty. So now if you see about human beings, so what is the specialty of the human being? You will find what is the difference, you know, friends. So if we ask that what is the difference then? Is there any difference between the animals and the human beings? Because we find that we are also doing the same activities like the animals. Sometimes some boys says that okay sir, and we are able to have more intelligence. Okay, but animals also have their rational power. They also have their intelligence. You know, for example, like आपने देखा होगा कई बार कोई बिल्ली होती है, वो घर पे जैसे मदर किचन में वो नजर रखती है, जैसे ही मम्मी घर किचन से बाहर होती है तो वो इमीडिएटली जाती है और वो दूध को पीने का कोशिश कर लेती है. और सपोज एक डॉग है सामने, अगर आप उसको पत्थर दिखाते हो तो डॉग भाग जाता है वहां से. इसका मतलब क्या है कि जो एनिमल्स होते हैं उनके पास में भी इंटेलिजेंस होती है, उनके पास में भी रैशनल पावर होता है समझने का कि क्या करना चाहिए और क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. So you'll find that animals also are able to have some intelligence. They also have some rational power. And indeed, अगर हम ये activities की बात करें, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, then we will find that animals are far more superior than human beings also. For example, like let us say eating. एक human being होता है, वो कितना खाता है दिन भर में? Hardly, like if you will calculate our breakfast, dinner, lunch and dinner, it will come out to be something like 2 kgs, let us say. Lekin if you see the animals, you see elephants are there. They are able to eat tons. They are able to eat in tons of the grasses every time. Same if you talk about sleeping, an average man can sleep for 6 hours, 8 hours, but you will find the polar bear is able to sleep for almost 6 months together. If you talk about mating, so a human being may be able to produce some kids in a year, but if you see on the other hand, you see the dogs, they're able to produce something like 2 dozen babies every year. Similarly, if you speak to those, मच्छर जो होते हैं वो हजार बच्चे पैदा कर लेते हैं एक बार में. तो आप देखोगे जो मेटिंग पावर है वो भी बहुत ज्यादा एनिमल्स में. Let's say if you talk about defense, defense में भी animals also are able to have better defense than human beings. They also have their weapons, they also have their nails, etc. So we will find कि ये जो 4 activities है, ईटिंग, स्लीपिंग, मेटिंग, डिफेंडिंग, ये इन चीजों में एनिमल्स के पास में भी अच्छा दिमाग रहता है इनके बारे में सोचने के लिए, और एनिमल्स इन चीजों को ज्यादा अच्छे से कर पाते हैं ह्यूमन बीइंग्स के बजाय. तो then what is the difference between the human being and the animal? Let us see now. How can we say that we are superior to them? In what way we are superior to the animals? Now, sometimes some boys say that, sir, we have been able to do a lot of technological advancements. So let us see now. Yes, it is right that we have been able to make many luxurious houses. We have been able to make skyscraper buildings. We have been able to have jet planes. We have been able to have the latest means of communications, whether it is 4G, 5G, etc. So yes, we have been able to use our intelligence to develop all these technologies. So, but if you will see it closely, that ultimately we are also doing this for activities only, but only in a more sophisticated way. For example, like a dog may be eating on the street, and we may be eating in a five-star restaurant. But the pleasure of eating is the same. एक जो डॉग को प्लेजर मिलता है खाने से और जो हमको प्लेजर मिलता है 5 स्टार होटल में बैठ के खाने से, that pleasure is same only. A dog may be sleeping on the street and we may be sleeping in a in a cushioned bed. So the activity is same, okay, and the pleasure which we get is also the same actually. So just because we are doing those activities in a more sophisticated way, does it make us superior than the animals? And we will find that how, even though we have made so many technological advancements, we'll find that the modern man has not become happy. We find that people are becoming dissatisfied, stressed, anxious, depressed, and unhappy. एक statistics में सुन रहा था, in America itself, as per WHO, World Health Organization, they have done a survey and they came out that in America there are something like 19 million youths, almost like 2 crore youths, who are suffering with mental illnesses, because they're into so much stress and anxiety that they are having varieties of mental illnesses. And not only that, there was this statistics that हर साल 1200 अमेरिकन यूथ सुसाइड के लिए ट्राई करते हैं, उनमें से ऑलमोस्ट 10% सक्सेसफुल भी हो पाते हैं, which means like every day, every year, or like almost 120 youths are committing suicide in America itself. So we will find that people are not becoming happy, even though we are having this technological advancement, but it has not make us very happy. Why it is so? Because see, it is written here. Technological advancement helps men enjoy better luxuries for better eating, sleeping, mating, defending, without offering any ultimate aim of life. This is the sophisticated animal civilization. So why this technological advancement is not able to help us? Because the activities which we are doing is same as the animals. There's no ultimate aim of our life. So, and that's why this sophisticated animal civilization will not make us fully happy. So, what is the difference between the human beings and the animals? In what way we are superior to them? Let us see from the Mahabharata what it says. So this comes in the Mahabharata. Ahar nidra bhay maithanam cha samanyam etat pashubi naranam dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesho dharme nahina pashubi samanah. So it's a very nice shloka. इसमें क्या बताया गया है? ये जो 4 एक्टिविटीज है इसमें हम और एनिमल्स बराबर है. कौन सी 4 एक्टिविटीज है? आहार. आहार मतलब कि खाना. निद्रा मतलब कि सोना. भय मतलब कि अपने आप को बचाना, डिफेंस करना. Like why man is making these missiles and the guns, so as to have defense. And मैथुनम मतलब होता है कि सेक्स. बता रहे कि ये जो 4 एक्टिविटीज है, ईटिंग, स्लीपिंग, मेटिंग, डिफेंडिंग, समान्यम एतत् पशुभिः नराणाम, जो पशु और नर होते हैं, जो एनिमल्स होते हैं और जो ह्यूमन बीइंग्स होते हैं, ये इनमें चारों चीजें कॉमन है. मतलब एनिमल्स भी सारी चीजें करते हैं और ये सारी चीजें एक्टिविटी करते हैं. ओके, देन व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस, हाउ वी आर सुपीरियर टू द एनिमल्स? देन इट सेज धर्मो हि तेषाम अधिको विशेषो. जो ह्यूमन बीइंग्स हैं उनमें सबसे स्पेशल चीज क्या है कि they can follow dharma, that is vishesh. What is the meaning of dharma? Dharma means basically we can follow the path of spirituality. We can have some higher inquiries in our life, that what this life is all about, where do we come from, what happens to us at the time of death. So all these kind of inquiries, who is the creator of this world, who has made these stars, who has made these planets, what is the purpose of our creation. So these kind of inquiries, that is called as the dharma. So this is dharma which distinguishes us from the animals. And it says dharme nahina pashubi samana. If we will not inquire about dharma, then we are same as the animals. So this is what this shloka says. The activities of eating, sleeping, mating, defending are common in the animals and the human beings. and they're considered superior only when we inquire about God and perform the dharma of obeying His laws, loving and serving Him. Otherwise, they are considered just like the animals. So this is the main difference that we'll find animals now. They are also able to have some intelligence. They're also able to have some rationality. But animals ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बस चार चीजों के बारे में ही सोच पाते हैं. That is basically eating, sleeping, mating, defending. आप देखोगे like have you seen sometimes cows? आप देखोगे जो गाय होती है वो दिन भर चढ़ती रहती है, दिन भर बस खाने का काम करती है, you know. सेम आप देखोगे कई बार बर्ड्स होती है, सुबह सुबह आप देखोगे बर्ड्स they start chirping, ची 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 ची, you know, because they start finding their food, and the whole day just goes in trying to find out their food, and like that their whole time goes actually. So animal also have some intelligence, but they're able to use only for eating, sleeping, mating, defending. On the contrary, as a human beings, we can have use our intelligence. We have been provided with intelligence. Especially, we can inquire about these questions of life, about this life, and what this life is all about. आखिर ये जीवन का क्या उद्देश्य है? आखिर हम सब कहाँ से आते हैं? मृत्यु के बाद में हमारी लाइफ में क्या होता है? तो इस तरीके की जो inquiries है, who is God? Why this creation has been made? So all these kind of inquiries we can inquire, and that is what make us superior than the animals. So this is the beauty that in our human form of life we have got a higher intelligence, we have got little more बुद्धि, जिससे कि हम इन चार चीजों के बारे में पता कर सकते हैं. We can find out about what is the cause of our sufferings. Like जब हम इस वर्ल्ड में रहते हैं तो हम देखते हैं कि बहुत सारे तरीके की हमको sufferings मिलती रहती है. Like you know, like this corona has come recently, so many people are dying because of the corona. Nobody wanted to have corona, but you see corona came, and many people have to leave their body because of the corona situations. Same way you will find in this world, we have to keep suffering. You know, varieties of diseases keeps in coming in our life. We also have to become old. We also have to grow. You know, we also have to die one day. And also you will find that life is not very happy in this world time and again. So we can. So the question is that who is providing this suffering? कौन है जो इस सफरिंग को हमारे लाइफ में दे रहा है और किस पर्पस से दे रहा है हमको? That we can inquire as a human beings. Okay, एक एनिमल होता है. Animal is never able to think that why he has to suffer. But a human being can inquire at how, why I'm suffering and how I can get off the suffering. You can inquire about the purpose of life, that what is the goal of life. You know, see, we all have some short-term goals. Okay, you have to get a degree, you have to get a job, you have to get married, but that is not the ultimate goal. There is something ultimate goal of life. So as a human being, we can inquire about what is the ultimate goal of life, what I'm supposed to achieve in this world. Also, we can use our intelligence to harmonize our life with the laws of the God. So you will find that a person, why do a person suffers? When a person is not ready to follow the government, then he has to suffer. Same way, if a man is not following the laws of God, then he has to suffer. So human being means we can harmonize, we can align our life as per the God's message. And the last thing is we can use our intelligence to understand about how we can get permanently happy. In this world, we try different things, but they're not able to make us permanently happy. Right? People try different things, but only for a short period of time we are able to experience some happiness. But if we want to become permanently happy, so then what is the way that we can inquire in the human form of life? That's a human form of life is like a junction. You know, it's like a crossroad. तो यहाँ पे अगर इसी से हमारा डेस्टिनी डिफाइन होने वाला है आगे के लिए, you know, अगर हम लोग अपने ह्यूमन फॉर्म ऑफ लाइफ को प्रॉपर्ली यूज करते हैं एंड वी ट्राई टू मेक सच काइंड ऑफ इंक्वायरीज, then we'll be able to have a higher life. We'll be able to go to the spiritual world. We'll be able to have a better destination. On the contrary, if we don't use our human form of life properly and just live like animals, then the nature will not give us the body of human being in the next life, and we will have to have the body of animals only. That's why human life is a very important life, because only in this life we can try to inquire about these questions, and we can try to, you know, make a solution to all these questions of our life. Uh, Akhilesh, we are done. Akhilesh, uh, Akhilesh, हाँ प्रभु, हो गया मीटिंग खत्म. of life, we have the, so in the human form of life, we are having, yeah, just a minute. Yeah. So in the human form of life, we can lead our life trying to inquire about these truths of life. If we will do that, then we'll be able to have a better destination. We'll be able to have a better life, in the next life. And if we don't inquire, and if we simply live like animals, then we will also again get degraded to the animal life. If we will also spend our life simply eating, sleeping, mating, defending, which anyways animals are also doing it. So then he will be not, then one will be not given the human body if one will not properly use this human body. So here are the two questions which every human being should ask. The first question is that why am I suffering? I don't want to suffer in this world, but then why sufferings are put upon me? And the second thing is that what is the goal of life? What will happen to me after death? And what is the goal which I'm supposed to accomplish in this life? So these are the two inquiries which every human being should do. Okay. So now let us just first see these things. Why am I suffering? You see, see here it says, see यहाँ पे बता रखा है, a problem can be considered a real problem if it fulfills the following three criteria. Okay, see हम सब के life में कुछ problems होती है, right? Like if I ask you, like all of you now students, I got to know that these days all of you are, you have to sit in front of the screen for 6 to 8 hours, and then teachers, because things are going online, so you're also provided with lot of assignments, lot of quizzes. Okay, so if I ask you that, okay, what are your problems? Some of you will say that, sir, there are a lot of assignments these days, there are a lot of quizzes these days. Oh, sir, our eyes pains because of sitting so long in front of the screens. Or sir, in our family there is some financial problem, or in our locality there is some problem of some water or electricity, let us say. So likewise, like different people can say different problems if they are being asked to. But see, what is the real problem of life? Bhagavad Gita says that we will say a problem as our real problem if it fulfills the three criteria. हमारी असली real problem किसको बोलेंगे? जो कि इन तीन criteria को fulfill करती है. Okay. First criteria क्या है? See, these are the three criteria. It is common to all, nobody wants it, and nobody can avoid it. So what is the meaning of it is common to all means what? It is common to all the living beings. It is common to us human beings, to the animals, to the plants, to the birds, to the reptiles, any living being you take. So such problem which is common to everyone. Second thing is nobody wants to have them in their life. Nobody wants to have them. And third thing is nobody can avoid them. They come only in one's life. So Bhagavad Gita says that such kind of problems are of real problems. These other problems now, like assignments and quizzes and other things, they are not our real problems of life. The real problems of our life are these, which are the problems which falls into these three categories. Okay. So now all of you can take a moment and you can think, what do you think? What are such kind of problems in our life which are common to all of us? Nobody wants to have them and nobody can avoid it. Okay. So any guesses from your side? ऐसी कौन सी problems है हमारे life की?
Death and disease.
Wonderful. Death, right? That is something which nobody wants, right? कोई नहीं चाहता है, and सबको death आती है. कोई भी living being है, सबको death होनी पड़ती है, right? Good. What else you told?
Sir, diseases.
Yes, diseases, right? Like now this corona is going on. Nobody wants to have corona, but corona is coming. Same way you'll find there are so many varieties of diseases which comes. We don't want to have them, but they come in our life and we cannot avoid them. So very wonderful. So two things you have covered: death and diseases. Wonderful. There are two more things which we are looking for. There are total 4 real problems as discussed.
Sir,
Sir, and sir, time, sir. So how
Birth
we manage
and
our time,
aging.
sir? It's a very important. We have a
Time.
limit of
Time.
time.
Sir, birth and aging.
Okay, Nitesh has answered the other two also. Actually, Sachin, you told about time, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain that how time?
सर हमें सर टाइम सर लिमिट से मिला है सर, बिल्कुल लिमिट ही है सर. इतना टाइम मिला है, मतलब इतने सारे काल में सर, तो सर टाइम सर मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट है. बर्थ और मैं तो सर हमारी होनी है, ये तो सबको पता है, लेकिन किस प्रकार से हम अपना टाइम को इस्तेमाल करते हैं सर पूरी लाइफ में सर.
नहीं, यहाँ पे हम प्रश्न क्या, हम लोग का जो प्रश्न आ रहा है ना, प्रश्न ये आ रहा है कि लाइक हमारे जीवन की कौन सी समस्या है. लाइक समय हमारी समस्या नहीं है. लाइक समय तो क्या है, सबके पास में भगवान ने समय दिया है. आप सबसे पूछोगे कि भाई आपकी समस्या, कोई बोलेगा कि नहीं मैं तो अपने समय को बहुत अच्छे से यूज कर पाता हूँ, तो उसके लिए समस्या नहीं रहा ना समय. तो गेटिंग ना, हम ऐसी चीजों की बात करें जो सबके लिए समस्या हो. समझे, जैसे नितेश ने बताया एक तो ओल्ड एज के बारे में. देखो सबको बुढ़ापे से गुजरना पड़ता है, कोई नहीं चाहता है, लेकिन सबको गुजरना पड़ता है, राइट. सिमिलरली डेथ जो है, कोई डेथ नहीं चाहता लेकिन उसको गुजरना पड़ता है, राइट? तो उस तरीके से हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे. ओके, सो दो और चीजें जो बताया आपने, दैट वाज अनदर थिंग वाज, सो सी दीस आर द 4 रियल प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ आवर लाइफ. भगवद गीता सेज दिस. See first, so this, you know, so one of the problems is the old age. You see यहाँ पे दिखा रखा है how everyone becomes old. Nobody wants to become old, you know. You see a young couple who were there young at one point of time, the same couple turns into, ugly couple after some time. Why? Because everyone has to grow old. सबको बुढ़ापा आता है, you know, and being old is not a very good experience, you know. हमारे hairs white हो जाते हैं, खाना पीना नहीं पच पाता है, दिखना बंद हो जाता है, like that you will find. But everyone has to become old. Nobody wants to have it. Nobody can look beautiful all for always, you know. इसलिए आप देखोगे कि जो cosmetic industry वो बहुत flourish करती है. Why? Because people want to somehow look beautiful, because they're not allowed to remain beautiful forever. इसलिए लोग फोटो खींच के रखते हैं so that they can remember their past days, that how they used to look and all, right? But the thing is that everyone has to become old. Okay, that change happens in everyone's life. Same way you will find that everyone wants to remain healthy, you know, but you will find that there are so many varieties of diseases which keeps on coming, and even newer and newer diseases also keeps on coming. Like now this corona was detected newly, and you know, we were simply helpless to have any control over it for many months. Now that the vaccine has come, now some relief is there. Otherwise for such a long period पूरे वर्ल्ड की सारी अलग अलग कंट्रीज की जो इकोनॉमीज थी वो हिट हो गई. One of my friends is in America. He was saying that even American economy is also hit very badly. So we'll find out how disease also keeps on coming in our life, and we don't have any control over the diseases. And same way, there are two more things. That is that ultimately everyone has to die one day. And why these problems are there? Why? Because we have taken birth in this world ultimately. And even, you know, taking birth is also not a very happy experience. You'll find. अब देखो, अब सपोज अगर आपको एक छोटे से चैम्बर में अगर बंद कर दिया जाए, you know, तो बहुत मुश्किल होगा हमारे लिए. सपोज इसी पोजीशन में मैं जैसे भी बैठा हूँ, मुझे अगर 9 महीने के अगर इसी पोजीशन में बैठने के लिए बोला जाए तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट एक्सपीरियंस मिल रहेगा एक्चुअली. So even when the baby is inside the womb of the mother, it's not a happy experience for the baby. There are so many varieties of worms which are there in the mother's stomach, which also, you know, bites the tender skin of the baby. And also the baby also takes some food and all. तो वो जो पूरा सेम जो ब्लॉक होता है उसी में से खाना पीना और जो भी उसका स्टूल होता है वो सब उसी में पास करना रहता है, एक्चुअली स्पीकिंग. तो and one is being tied up, you know. That's why whenever a baby comes out, the baby is always crying, because it's not a happy experience to be inside the womb of the mother, you know. So you'll find that this is being spoken in the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita 13th chapter, Krishna says this: Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukha Doshanu Darshanam. Krishna says in the Gita that these 4 are our real problems of our life. Janma, that is birth. Mrityu means death. Jara means old age, and Vyadhi means diseases. So they are the real problems of our life, and every intelligent person should try to make a solution to these real problems of our life. Okay. Now somebody may say that, okay, sir, no, like you're telling about these things, but they will happen only once. Now death will come one day, it will come. Other times we can enjoy at least. Same way disease also will come. Sometimes only it comes, doesn't come all the times. And old age also, that also will happen after some time. At least now we can have a nice life, we can enjoy our life, right? But no, it is being told that how even every moment of our life we are always having these threefold kind of miseries. ये 3 तरीके की समस्या हमेशा हमें परेशान करती रहती हैं. Okay, you'll find. So they are called as the kleshas. So like first is called as the adhyatmic klesh. Adhyatmic klesh मतलब क्या होता है? The difficulties or the miseries due to one's own body and the mind. So like यहाँ पे हमने statistics डाला हुआ है India Today के हिसाब से, you know, teen suicide rates have tripled in the past 25 years. Causes because of academic pressure, lack of family support, and the stress. So आध्यात्मिक क्लेश का मतलब होता है कि ऐसी सफरिंग्स जो हमारी खुद की बॉडी और हमारा खुद का माइंड हमको देता है. You'll find that always हमारे बॉडी से भी हमको कुछ ना कुछ पेन मिलता रहता है. You know, like we get sometimes fever, we get sometimes cold, we get, you know, different diseases, etc. So you'll find that constantly there are always some diseases in our body also happening. Okay, and same mind also sometimes creates a lot of problem for us. People get into depression, people get into inferiority complex, people even tend to commit suicides. Why? Because the mind also troubles a lot. So you'll find this is called as the adhyatmic klesh, the miseries which are caused by own body and own mind. Okay. Second is called as the adi bhautik klesh. Adi bhautik मतलब कि जो दूसरे लोग हमको sufferings देते हैं. For example, like mosquito bites us, or the snake sometimes, you know, snake कई बार bite कर लेता है. या फिर you'll find sometimes terrorists are there trying to attack us, or sometimes your teacher is shouting at you that why you have not finished the assignments. So likewise, there are always some sufferings which other people they put upon us. They are called as the Adi Bhautik Kleshas. And the third one is called as the Adi Devik Klesh. Adi Devik Klesh means the miseries which are caused to the natural disasters. तो आप देखोगे कि इस वर्ल्ड में ना time and again you will find that some natural calamities keeps on coming. For example, like earthquakes keeps on coming, tsunamis, earthquakes, cyclones, etc., etc. So repeatedly they keep on coming, and you will find that even big nations, most developed nations also find themselves completely helpless when such kind of calamities comes. Even now this corona came, and then the whole world was being stuck up. You know, even the developed nations or the developing nations, everyone was being stuck up because of this corona situations. So likewise, we will find it always like now winters was there, extreme winter was there in between. So all of us were having a difficult time to manage with the winters. So natural calamities also comes in our life actually. So not only these four real columns, the birth, old age, disease, and death. See, this is the acronym to learn this BOTD. So not only these four real columns, but even we will find that we are always constantly tormented by these three kinds of sufferings: Adhyatmic, Adi Bhautik, and Adi Devik, by the natural disasters. Indeed, I have some videos also to show, but time is less, so I will not show it. We'll try to finish in some 10 more minutes. Okay. So you see, although we are having a lot of advancement in the medical science and latest technologies, but we will find that still our plans for the good health and the happiness are thwarted with newer and newer diseases. So see, like one may say that, sir, okay, why we have to worry so much about all these things now, about these diseases, and now we are having some nice technological advancement, and we'll be able to end all the diseases. We'll be able to end this death and all. So what do you think about it? Can we ever end these diseases and the death and the old age? Any of you? क्या लगता है आपको, हम लोग कभी खत्म कर पाएंगे इसको, डिजीजेस को, डेथ को, ओल्ड एज को?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. Never, sir.
Sure? Is there someone who says that yes, sir, it's possible? One day will come when we will be able to stop death. One day will come when we will be able to stop the old age. Is there someone who can say this?
So when we will return to the spiritual world.
Yeah. That's the ultimate solution. We are talking about till the time we are in this mortal world. Good, Divyanshu. I think we have already understood the essence. Yeah, so see, friends, the point is that as long as we are in this mortal world, you will find that we are going to have these sufferings. And even our best of the scientific advancement cannot help us to stop these real problems of our life. That is old age, disease, death, and birth, And the only way to help us come out of them is the path of spirituality. And that's the most important reason that why we take to spirituality. Yes, we do experience a calmness of mind. We can experience better concentration by the means of meditation. We can experience some more joy, etc., etc. But this is the main reason that only by practice of spirituality we can end to the sufferings which we have to face while being into this mortal world. Okay. So science does not have any permanent solution to these problems of life. You know who is this fellow?
Ali.
Sorry?
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. He was a boxing champion, and he used to say that I am the greatest. He was such a powerful boxer that he was able to practically defeat everyone. So he used to claim that I am the greatest. But later on what happened? When he grew a little old, he got a disease called as a Parkinson. So what is that Parkinson? कि उसमें वो अपना एक चाय का कप भी अपने हाथ से उठा नहीं पाता है. That because of that disease. So the same Muhammad Ali who used to think that I am greatest at one point of time. Now you see, he's not even able to lift a cup of tea with his own hands. So see, this is what that these things are there for everyone. चाहे बड़े से बड़े फिल्म स्टार्स हो, चाहे स्पोर्ट्स स्टार हो, उन सबको इन सब चीजों से सफर करना पड़ता है actually speaking. So you'll find, and scientific advancement cannot help us to put a full stop to these sufferings. Okay. See here when we'll find, and see science कैसे हमको solutions देती है. साइंस हमारे इन सारे प्रॉब्लम्स के लिए सॉल्यूशंस देती है, बट वो इस तरीके के सॉल्यूशंस जो उस प्रॉब्लम को जस्ट कवर करने के लिए देती है. फॉर एग्जांपल, लाइक आई विल टेल यू वन एग्जांपल जिससे बहुत क्लियरली समझ में आएगा. फॉर एग्जांपल, लेट अस से इन वन ऑफ आवर होम्स, लाइक सपोज वन टाइम व्हाट हैपेंड इन माय होम, हमको थोड़ा बदबू आने लग गया था. घर पे कुछ तो थोड़ा कई बार होता है ना, चूहा कहीं मर जाता है किसी पोर्शन पे और आपको पता नहीं चल पाता है. कुछ दिन अगर वो वहीं पे पड़ा रहता है तो थोड़ा बदबू आने लग जाता है. तो हमको थोड़ा बदबू आ रहा था घर पे कि अरे कहाँ से बदबू आ रहा है. फिर समझ में आया कि कहीं चूहा मर गया लगता है. तब थोड़ा हमने फिर खोजबीन करने का देखा, पता लगा कि कहाँ पे चूहा है. तो मेरा एक फ्रेंड ने बोला कि एक काम करो यार, एक ओडोनिल आता है मार्केट में, उसको लाके रख लो और देखो तुमको बदबू नहीं आएगा, ठीक है। सो देन वी वर थिंकिंग कि क्या करना चाहिए, उस चूहे को ढूंढ के उसको हटाना चाहिए वहां से, या फिर ओडोनिल लगा के काम बन जाएगा। व्हाट डू यू से, which is a better solution?
सर उसको चूहे को हटा के क्लीन
हटाना
करना,
चाहिए तो।
दैट वुड बी बेस्ट।
हटाना चाहिए।
Okay, do any of you say that नहीं वो ओडोनिल वाला सॉल्यूशन बेटर सॉल्यूशन है? What do you say? Any of you say कि ओडोनिल वाला सॉल्यूशन ज्यादा बेटर सॉल्यूशन, कोई बोलना चाहेगा? No, right? Because see, that's a temporary solution. You may put a Odonil, but what it will do, it will simply suppress the bad odor of that died rat. But the permanent solution is to find out the rat and to drive it out of the home, basically. Same way, the science is also able to give us some solutions जो कि क्या करते हैं, इस प्रॉब्लम को कवर करते हैं. For example, like somebody is having white hairs. So what solution we have scientifically? Okay, we can have a hair dye. By hair dye, you can look like as a young man. Okay, you are getting some wrinkles on the face. Okay, use a facelift, because of which what will happen? The wrinkles will be no more visible. Okay, you are having some pain. You are having a stomach pain, back pain, this pain, that pain. Okay, take some painkillers. Then you will not have that pain. Okay, you are experiencing death breathlessness. Take some oxygen tubes. So these are called as the superficial solutions. No, they can cover up our problems, but they don't. They don't give solution to our real problems. Actually speaking, so science can simply cover up our problems. That is called as a पैचअप सॉल्यूशंस जिसको बोलते हैं, पैचअप करने के लिए प्रॉब्लम को, जस्ट पैचअप करने के लिए. बट असली सॉल्यूशन साइंस के पास में इन सब चीजों का नहीं है बेसिकली. एंड above all, science has no understanding about the diseases and the death. Why there's no understanding how one can end all these things. So the only way, so see here it is being shown, science and the technology cannot stop the old age. It cannot eradicate diseases per se from the earth, and it hardly has any understanding of the life and that. You see, अभी देखो रिसेंटली कोरोना आया, तो अभी इवन तो हमारे पास डेवलप्ड टेक्नोलॉजी और एडवांस साइंस है, but still we were simply like helpless, for months together we were locked down. So that means that science cannot help us to end these problems of our life. Okay, so यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है, luxuries and the comforts offered by the science and technology cannot satisfy the soul as much as a fish taken out of the water cannot be satisfied by any kind of facilities for enjoyment. So science and technology can only give us some superficial solutions, but it cannot help us, because it cannot help us our souls. The soul can only be satisfied and happy in the spiritual world, which is his natural home, just as the fish will naturally be happy when put back in the water. So we will be happy only if we are being given our real place, that is our spiritual world. So that is a spiritual world. Okay, so that's why you will find there are two categories of people in this world. There are wise people and there are foolish people. So who are wise people? Those who believe in God. Foolish people, those who have no faith upon God. You see, in this world, it's very logical to accept that how there is some supreme person. We are not the supreme people. Many people, they say that we are supreme. We can do everything in this world. Are we the ones who are controlling the sun? Are we the ones who are controlling the moon? Are we the ones who are controlling the rotation of the earth? Are we the ones who are growing the crops? No, we are not the ones. If you read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, we find that there it is clearly told by Krishna that how he is the one who is controlling the sun. It is because of Krishna's fear that every day we find that sun is coming in time. So God is the one who is making the crops grow. God is the one who is making the sun, come, the moon come, etc. And God is the one who is, rotating the planets in the orbits. So it's very natural and it's very logical and scientific to believe upon the supreme creator and the supreme designer, that is supreme God. So the wise people, they try to live their life as per the laws of the God. Whereas the foolish people, they try to live their life, thinking that just khao piyo maza karo aur kuch tension lene ki zarurat nahi hai. One who is wise, he as a students now, see, you have two options. One option is that you don't study, just try to enjoy your life, then what will happen tomorrow? You will have a great difficulty during your exam times. And similarly, on the contrary, if you prepare yourself nicely, then you will be able to be very successfully, go ahead with your exams. Same with this, life is also given to us for preparation. So we are given a span of some 60-70 years in this world. So if we live our life to understand about God, understand about our real relationship, understand about the solution to these real problems of our life, then we will be able to have a meaningful life. Otherwise, if nowadays people are simply bothered about eating, sleeping, mating, so then what will happen tomorrow? Then they will have to keep suffering. See, wise people, they remember the temporary nature of this world, whereas the foolish people, they forget the temporary nature of this world and they enjoy sinfully, not caring for the future. Okay, thoda annotations mat dalo. It will disturb others. You know, I think Pawan is putting these annotations. Pawan, can I request you if you don't put this, it will distract the audience, na? So people, those who are foolish, they try to forget about the nature of this world. Okay. So those who are wise people, they try to live their life as per the laws of the God, and they ultimately attain the God. Whereas those who are people who don't follow the God, they live an unregulated life. They try to commit sins, and they ultimately are not able to be happy. Okay. So see, the foolish people, they know that they have to die today or tomorrow. They know that everything is temporary, but still they are mad after the short-lived pleasures of the world. You know, like I remember एक बार छोटा बच्चा था, एक बार छोटे बच्चे को 2 ऑप्शन दिया गया. एक ऑप्शन दिया गया कि देखो बेटा तुमको लॉलीपॉप बहुत पसंद है ना, चलो एक हाथ में उसको लॉलीपॉप दे के तुमको लॉलीपॉप दे सकते हैं, या फिर we will give you a 10 rupees note. So see, small boy was there, तो उसने क्या किया, उसने लॉलीपॉप ले लिया. If the boy would have been little intelligent, he would have taken the 10 rupee note, because from the 10 rupee note he can get 10 chocolates. So same way, most of the people in this world, ज़्यादातर लोग क्या करते हैं, they are simply busy trying to become happy in this world, which is also not possible. Always you will find. On the contrary, those who take to the spiritual path, they are intelligent people, because they understand that if we follow the spiritual path, we will be able to have a happy living in this world, and even after we will die, we'll be able to have a better destination tomorrow. So we are like the boy who is intelligent boy. So in this world, why people suffer? Because they are not trying, because they are trying to act independent of the God. You know, they're not trying to follow the laws of the God. Okay. So see, this life is like a journey, a train journey. देखो ट्रेन जर्नी में क्या होता है, अलग अलग लोग अलग अलग डेस्टिनेशन पे चले जाते हैं. वैसे आप देखोगे इस लाइफ में भी ना, एवरीवन डाइज अल्टीमेटली वन ऑफ द डेज. यहाँ पे एग्जांपल दे रखा है, लाइक हियर इज अ शॉप, यू नो, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे गोट्स हैं, दे आर ईटिंग द ग्रासेस, एंड देयर इज अ बुचर हु इज cutting them one by one. No. So while the one of the goats is getting killed, the other goats are very happy, thinking that, oh, we are having nice grasses to eat and all. They're not able to understand that, we will also have to die. We'll be also cut. Rather, they should try to escape from that place. So by saying in our life also, we should understand that how in this world it's a temporary life, and we have to also leave this world one day. So we should try to make a solution, so that we don't have to, again keep on taking birth and death again. Okay. So why we face problem in this world? Because we're acting sinfully against the God's laws. Just like a mischievous child who leaves the safe custody of the parents. We're trying to act independent of the God. We're trying to act mischievously. So if we align our life properly with the God, then we'll have to not suffer anymore. But to the degree we try to disobey the laws of the God, then we have to suffer. Just like, जैसे जो लोग सरकार के नियम को तोड़ते हैं, उनको जेल में जाना पड़ता है और फिर जेल में उनको सफर करना पड़ता है. लेकिन जो ओबीडिएंट सिटीजन्स होते हैं, उनके लिए the government provides all kinds of wonderful facilities. Government provides them educational institutions. Government provides them with nice roads and other nice facilities. The same way, if we also live our life in accordance with the God's laws, then we'll be happy. Otherwise, we'll have to suffer. Okay. So how we can be happy? By aligning with the God, actually. So this was the first part, that why we are suffering, because we are suffering because of not obeying the laws of the God. And if we again align our life with the laws of the God, then we will be very happy. And the second question about what is the goal of life. So we'll just take 5 more minutes and we'll end this presentation. Okay. It's a little bigger topic. So I'm already trying to do it little fast. I've skipped some videos also. So in 5 minutes, we'll be able to finish. Second important questions for us to inquire is about that. What is the goal of life? See, to get a degree, to get a job, to get settled with the family. See, they all are temporary goals which we have to have. Just like, when we were in our school days, so we have to pass our 10th class. It used to be a board class. Then we have to pass our 12th class. Then our goal was to get into a good reputed institute. So these are the temporary goals which we get at different points of our life, But there is some main goal of our life. So what is that main goal of our life? We should try to inquire about that main goal of life. So Krishna speaks it to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. So he says this: you are not this material body, you are the imperishable soul. So Krishna tells that how we are not simply these material bodies. Indeed, we are the souls which are seated inside these bodies. Okay. And how this body is just like a shirt, So just as we change our shirt when it gets old, torn and useless, similarly the soul is also changing the body after death and entering into the another body actually. So like this, this is not our first life. This is not the first life which we are living. ऐसे हमने बहुत सारी life पहले भी जिए होंगे. So again, if we will not use our life properly this life, then again next life again we will go to some other body. So that's why we should try to intelligently use our this life so that we don't have to take another body. Because if you take another body, then again you have to suffer with old age. You have to again suffer with the diseases, and you have to again suffer with the struggle for existence. Rather than that, we should try to go back to our real place, that is the spiritual world. So that's what Krishna tells to Arjuna also in the Bhagavad Gita. He says this very beautiful shloka. Mam upetya. Maybe I can show you from the main text, this shloka. Yeah. Is this visible to you? This shloka with Sanskrit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this comes in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, this shloka, where Krishna is telling that how she is telling Mamupetya punarjanma dukhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam katah. So it's a very beautiful shloka where Krishna is telling that how if somebody will worship me, if somebody will try to learn this knowledge, then what benefit he will get. She is telling Mam upetya. Upetya means upasna. पुनर्जन्म जो व्यक्ति मेरी उपासना करेगा उसको वापस पुनर्जन्म नहीं लेना पड़ेगा इस वर्ल्ड में. एंड व्हाट इज द नेचर ऑफ दिस वर्ल्ड? ही इज टेलिंग इट्स अ दुखालयम शाश्वतम. सी इसमें दो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स बताए मटेरियल वर्ल्ड के बारे में. दुख आलयम होता है पुस्तकालय. पुस्तकालय मतलब जहाँ पे पुस्तकें मिलती हैं. अस्पतालय मतलब कि जहाँ पे उपचार होता है. वैसे ही बताया गया है दुख आलयम. ये जो मटेरियल वर्ल्ड है इसको बोला गया है दुखालयम. दुखालयम मींस इट्स अ प्लेस वेयर देयर आर ऑलवेज गोइंग टू बी सफरिंग्स. दैट्स व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज दुखालयम. And it is ashashvatam. Ashashvatam मतलब कि यहाँ पे it's a temporary place. It's not a permanent place. It's a temporary world. So Krishna is saying that those who will worship me, they will not have to take birth again in this material world. Napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhi paramamgata. They will be able to get samsiddhi. Samsiddhi means perfection of their life. See, this is the meaning. आप में से कोई पढ़ना चाहेगा इसका translation? Any of you? Please read it. This portion.
After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to the temporary world, which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection.
Yeah, so this is what Krishna is saying, that those who will worship me, those who will try to lead a life of spiritual path, then they will not have to take birth again in this mortal world and suffer like this. Okay. This is the तो यहाँ पे एक छोटा सा comparison दे रखा है. We'll just see, this body which we have got, this human body, it can be compared with a car, So like suppose tomorrow when you will go and join some companies, sometimes the company also gives you a car so that you can, effectively do the company's work. So same way, like, suppose the car is being given by the company, same way this human body is also given by the God to all of us. Okay. Now, in a car, there's a driver. Same way, all of us, we are the Atmas and we are the drivers of these bodies. You see, for the car, you need to have some cleaning. You need to put some petrol. Same way, we also need to provide something for the body. We need to have some food. We try to have some bathing for the body. We also, the car also requires some repair. Same way, we also have to take some repair sometimes. We have to go to the doctors for the different disorders. The purpose of providing the car is so that one can go to the company. Same way, the purpose of giving this human body and not the animal bodies, so that we all can try to practice a spiritual life and can go for the spiritual world, to go back to the real purpose of our life. And see, here it is told, suppose somebody is trying to break the glass of the car with a bat. That is same as trying to commit the suicide. God has given us this body, and if somebody tries to commit suicide, that is same as trying to break the glass of the car. Now somebody may try to, the car is being provided for the company's purpose, but one may use the car for venting with the girlfriend. So same way, if somebody tries to enjoy this, wrong pleasures of like drinking, smoking, etc., that is basically compared to that. Same way, the car should be not having speed more than 100 km/h. Same way, people in the modern times, forgetful about the knowledge of the soul, they're trying to just live a material life without any goal of life. That should not happen. And see, another example is also given here. Just like somebody may use the time for decorating the car. Same way, people are just busy trying to decorate the body, okay, without trying to care for the God. Okay, so that is not the purpose. The main purpose of the car is to be able to use it for the company's purpose. Same way, the main purpose of this human body is to be able to help us with spirituality. Okay, so see, this is example. A person is trying to take very nice care of the cage, but he has forgotten about the bird. Same way, if we are also busy with our bodily needs only, not caring for the soul, then we will be not happy. Okay. So I will just end this with a small story. This is called as a story of a Mahamurka. So we'll just share this story with all of you, and then we'll end our presentation. Okay. So this is a very interesting story. This is a story about a king. So this king was a very, very great king. You know, he was having a big kingdom. He was having a lot of queens. He was having a lot of chariots. He was having a lot of soldiers, and he was a very, very wealthy king. तो एक बार क्या हुआ कि वो एक सेंटली पर्सन था, वो इस किंग के किंगडम में आया और उसने उसको ट्राई किया थोड़ा स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज देने का, बट ही फाउंड दैट द किंग, ऑल्दो द किंग वाज वेरी रिस्पेक्टफुल and the king was very, very happy also to receive him, but he was not so receptive towards the spiritual knowledge. So then this saint, he understood that, you know, maybe this is not the right time, let me wait for the right time. तो उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने बोला ठीक है किंग, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विथ यू, जस्ट डू वन फेवर टू मी. आप क्या करो, आपके जो किंगडम है, किंगडम में जो सबसे जो बुद्धू व्यक्ति है, सबसे जो फुलिश पर्सन है, आप ट्राई करो कि उसको बुला लो और उसको एक डंडा दे दो और उसको बोला कि वो पूरे सिटी में जाके बस घूमता रहे, नो, और मंथली थोड़ा उसको एक सैलरी देते रहना, लाइक दैट. So the king told, okay, Mahatma ji, whatever you will tell, I will follow it. So then the next day, you know, the king called his soldiers and he told that get the most foolish person in the kingdom. तो उन्होंने एक आदमी को पकड़ के वो लेकर आ गए और किंग ने बोला कि देखो तुम्हारा ड्यूटी क्या रहेगा, ये डंडा रखो तुम अपने पास में, पूरे सिटी में बस घूमते रहने का और तुमको हर महीने तुम्हारा सैलरी मिल जाएगा, ठीक है, एंड बी हैप्पी. So likewise it happened, and then for many days the thing was going on, and then the king became little old, and then he was about to, you know, he was counting his last days, so he was remembering that let me try to meet everyone. तो सोच रहा था कि मैं सबसे मिलने का कोशिश करता हूँ. तो उसको याद में कि अरे हाँ बहुत साल पहले एक महात्मा जी आए थे और उन्होंने मुझे बोला था एक फुलिश पर्सन को रखने के लिए, और वो बोला कि अरे अभी भी वो रह रहा होगा इस पूरे वर्ल्ड में. तो उन्होंने बोला कि जरा उसको बुलाकर लेकर आओ, उसको भी मैं तो अभी रिटायर कर देता हूँ, वो तो बूढ़ा हो गया होगा, किसी और को उसका काम दे देते करने के लिए. तो वो जो फुलिश पर्सन था उसको लेकर आया गया किंग के पास में, and this foolish person met the king, and the king told that you know, my dear Mahamurk, उसका नाम था Mahamurk, Mahamurk means most foolish. तो उसने बोला कि किंग ने कि Mahamurk, I am happy with the way you have served me so long, and now that I am going to a far off place, so I thought of meeting you, and we wanted that, you know, this service can be done by somebody else. You can hand over, you can get now retired, and you can give this task to somebody else. So this Mahamurk, he told, oh my king, you mentioned that you are going to a far off place. Okay, fine. So are your queens also going with you? क्या आपकी जो रानियां वो भी आपके साथ में जा रही हैं? तो बोला नहीं रानियां नहीं जा रही है, मैं ही जा रहा हूँ. Oh, okay. So then are you carrying some of your this chariots? आपके जो बहुत सारे रथ वथ हैं, आप उसको भी लेकर जा रहे हो साथ में? बोला नहीं, I cannot carry those chariots with me. I'm going to some other place, you know. अच्छा, you're not carrying chariots? Okay, at least carry some, you know, at least carry some gold and some gold coins and all which you have in your treasury. अपना खजाना से थोड़ा सामान लेके जाओ साथ में, ताकि आपको काम आएगा आपकी जर्नी में. अरे महामूर्खा, you don't understand. I cannot carry all these things with me. You will not understand all these things, you know. Just forget about it business. Now you see what I'm telling to you. आप क्या करो, आप भी अभी बहुत बूढ़े हो गए हो, आप ये डंडा किसी और को दे दो और आप भी क्या है रिटायर हो जाओ और आपको आपका पेंशन हम लोग दे दिया करेंगे. Like that he told. Then this Mahamud told that okay, I have to give this danda to somebody who is more foolish. Then he told, yeah, you give this danda to someone who is more foolish than you, and then you take retirement. And then this Mahamud, what did he did? He told, my dear king, please take this danda. And the king became very upset. You are handing this danda to me? What do you mean? Am I the most foolish? So then this fellow told that, my dear king, just now you told that you know, you are going to die. You are going to that place, right? You are going to die. And you will be not able to carry your queens with you. You will be not able to carry these chariots with you. You will be not able to carry this, you know, treasury with you. So just now you told all these things right now. So just tell me one thing. When you were living in this world, were you not knowing this fact that one day will come when you will be not able to carry all these things with you? So have you prepared yourself to go for this journey, the journey of death? By living in this world, you never tried to fulfill your duty towards God. You never tried to inquire about the you know, about this truth of life. That's why you are most foolish person, because you have spent your life without trying to inquire about God and without preparing yourself for the journey. So then this king understood कि ये तो कोई बुद्धू आदमी नहीं है, ये तो कोई intelligent आदमी लग रहा है. तो उसने पूछा कि भाई कौन हो तुम? Then he told that I am the disciple, I am a shishya of that guru who has come many years back, and my guru has told me that he has requested me to give you knowledge at suitable period of time, and that's why I was waiting. And then of course the king inquired from him that how he should live his life. And then this sage also gave him some information. He told him to chant. He told him to read Bhagavad Gita and to perfect his life. So this is how. So this is the story of a Mahamurkha. So see, what does this Mahamurkha represents? See, what does this king represents? In this world also there are many people who are very busy trying to accumulate lot of wealth, trying to accumulate lot of property, okay? But without caring for the duties towards God. You see, my friends, all of us, we have two kinds of duties in our life. We have some duties towards, there's something called as the horizontal duties. There's something called as the vertical duties. So what are the horizontal duties? You see, horizontal duties means our duty towards our family people, our parents, our brothers, sisters, etc. And also towards the society, towards our country. So they are all our horizontal duties, okay? So because we have taken birth in this world, we have some duties towards all of them also. But simultaneously, the most important duty we have is our duty towards the Supreme God, our duty to the God. So they are called as the vertical duties, okay? So when we are living in this world, we have to take care of both the duties. Indeed, the most important out of them is the duty towards the God, actually. So if somebody will simply be bothered about the horizontal duties, not caring for the vertical duties, then there's no meaning to his life. So one who is intelligent will try to take care of both the duties very, very nicely, actually. So like in all of your life also, all of you are also studying in a very good engineering college, and all of you are good students also. So I'm very sure that you are all trying to take care of your horizontal duties very nicely. And if you continue to learn this spiritual knowledge in your life, and especially if you continue Krishna in your life, and you start reading the spiritual books in your life, try to learn this wisdom, understand this wisdom, and apply in your life, then your life will be very successful. So that's what. So this is the goal of life, which one should try to inquire about. That okay. This is what we wanted to discuss today from the. So that is the greatest gift which Bhagavad Gita can offer to us. As I was mentioning in the beginning, that today we will try to explore that what is the greatest gift Bhagavad Gita can give to us. This is the greatest gift, that the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita can help us to, to have a full stop to these real problems of our life. That is birth, old age, disease, and death, and we can go back to the spiritual world. Okay. Thank you so much. Sorry, I delayed by some 10-15 minutes. So because it needed to be ended in a proper way. Okay. And next time we will try to learn about next weekend. We'll try to learn that how we can recognize a proper spiritual teacher. If we want to get a spiritual knowledge, then we have to have a proper spiritual teacher. So next time we will try to learn that how we can identify that who is a proper spiritual teacher from whom we should take spiritual education. Okay. Thank you so much. If any of you have some questions, then I can take those questions. And if you have some announcements, someone can let us know.
Thank you, Kusal Govind sir, for such wonderful session. And,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I hope that all of them would have liked this session very much. And there is a little announcement. Let me share my screen. Hope it is visible to all.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
So as you all can see that these are our weekly chanting toppers. So the first name is Sasank Saxena. Like all of them have chanted in all day in this week. So they all are the chanting toppers. Means they are consistent throughout the week in chanting. So the names are Sasank Saxena, Amit Kumar, Nitendra Singh, Saurabh Moria, Kartikeya Sati, नितेश यादव, दीपक कुमार, पवन कुमार यादव, कुंदन, अमन शर्मा, शिवांश, अतुल वर्मा, आदित्य बर्णवाल, दिव्यांशु अग्रवाल, चिराग श्रीवास्तव, अभिषेक अग्रवाल, सचिन कुमार, and Avinash Kumar. So I would like to really appreciate these boys for really coming chanting, really coming online for chanting. And Kusal sir, would you like to add something about these boys?
Oh, very happy to see these names. Wonderful. Actually, some of them now I have कुछ लोगों के भी नाम याद भी हो गए हैं. So very happy. Actually, this is the most important thing. Actually, see, if we want to, अगर हम चाहते हैं कि जो spiritual tools हम discuss कर रहे हैं ना, अगर हम चाहते हैं कि उनका हमारे life में realization हो पाए, see what we discuss is a theory things, okay? But if you really want to get an experience of this knowledge, then you have to follow the procedure. So the procedure is this chanting of the mantra actually. So very nice, very happy to see that all of you are consistently chanting. So make a point to chant every day. That's the simple formula. Chant every day. Try to spend whatever knowledge we try to discuss, try to again reflect upon it throughout the week. And if you have come out with some good questions, I will be very happy to answer them. So very wonderful to see. Actually, it's a reward for all of your wonderful seniors for putting so much of their endeavors. This Gaurav and Aman and Tushar and Akshay and all these people. So actually, all of you are really honoring their efforts by chanting every day seriously. So very happy to see these names. Thank you. Anything else, Aman?
So if anyone having any question, then they can ask with Kusal sir. As no, we can take questions.
Okay. Yeah, I am available. You can ask any questions if you want to discuss from what we have discussed today. Okay. If some of you can open your videos, I will be more happy. Otherwise, it looks like just talking to the laptop screen. So, especially if somebody is asking question, you can ask putting your screen. That will be good. Hello, Ayush, Kartikeya. Kartikeya is from Lucknow, I remember. And yeah, anyone else? Hello, Nitesh. Hello, Kundan. Yeah, any questions you have? Pawan. Okay, so it was understandable what we tried to discuss today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so no questions means there are two possibilities. One possibility is that everything is understood properly, thoroughly. Or second option is that nothing is understood. So I don't know in which category I fall in. Am I the... Okay.
Sir, first.
First, sure, na?
First one, sir. First one. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
sir, sure.
Okay, fine. So actually, I have some videos which I couldn't show you today. Maybe I can send you online if about some natural disasters and some other animal-related things. Okay, so this is a very important knowledge which is there in the Vedas, that the real problems of our life are these problems, and only the Vedas and Bhagavad Gita has solution to these problems of our life. Okay, so I could see that many of you are consistently chanting also, and you're coming very regularly for the sessions actually. So it shows that all of you are very special souls. Those of you who are, see, it is written in the Bhagavad Gita. Maybe I can show you one shloka and then we can end. If you don't have any question, maybe I can take just 2 more minutes for all of you. See, I will show you one shloka where Krishna speaks that how this knowledge is very rare knowledge, and only those people who are very intelligent, they can understand about this knowledge. Okay, so that shloka is, okay, so here is that shloka. I'm not getting it. Yeah, here is the shloka. This comes in the 4th chapter, I suppose. Yeah, 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 3rd shloka. Okay, any of you is fond of learning the shlokas? आप में से कोई है जो shlokas को अच्छे लगते हैं? Any of you? Yes, Divyanshu?
Yes, sir. Sir,
सचिन ने बोला ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sachin, आप मेरे पीछे फिर दोहरा सकते हो श्लोका को, ठीक है? So this is shloka.
May I speak, sir?
हाँ, you can speak. Okay, after me you can speak. Okay. So it says Manusyanaham sahasreshu. This side.
Manusyanam sahasreshu.
Very nice. Kaschid yatati siddhae. Second line.
Yatati siddhate.
Yatataamapi siddhanam.
Yatataamapi siddhanam.
Kaschin mam veti tatvatah.
Kaschin namam veti tatvatah.
Okay, good. आप में से कोई और ट्राई करना चाहेगा?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Ayush, speak.
Manushyanam sahasretu